Hello Kaiju fans, welcome back to the Kaiju World Order. My name is MM, and we got some breaking news here today. There was a leak, or if you really want to call it that, but not going to dance around it. SpaceGodzilla confirmed. SpaceGodzilla, MonsterVerse, and SUPERNOVA confirmed. Or at least as much as I can tell and what I was told. I was one of the biggest opponents to SpaceGodzilla. I'm open to it. I'm also just a tiny bit salty because for the longest time I was under the impression that SpaceGodzilla wasn't, because I was told some things from somebody, and I'm not going to throw names out there. Then when I went back and I checked stuff and talked to them, it was my dumbass fault for misreading stuff, and yeah. Or maybe I'm just making that up. Who knows? You don't know. But SpaceGodzilla, one way or another, is going to be in SUPERNOVA. We don't have any real details yet. We don't know if it's actually going to be like, SpaceGodzilla is going to be the main baddie, which is most likely what it is. But they could also do a curveball, and maybe SpaceGodzilla is going to be a power-up of Godzilla in the same way they turned Burning Godzilla into a power-up form. And this would be kind of easy to do with the crystals in the hollow earth, and they already manipulate gravity. And that's assuming SpaceGodzilla even brings back crystals. I know that's what everybody thinks when they think of SpaceGodzilla, but I would be interested in seeing what they could do with a SpaceGodzilla that doesn't use crystals and embraces more of an alien-esque appearance. I also wouldn't be surprised if this new SpaceGodzilla ends up being actually just an Earth Godzilla that ends up using the crystals from the hollow Earth and goes into space. It's really not Space Godzilla at that point, it's just Astronaut Godzilla. Cosmonaut Godzilla. So yeah, Space Godzilla's back. It's cool, I'm happy, but I'm also a bit salty. It is what it is. I hope we get more Toho Kaiju in this movie besides just these two, but the fact that the trademark listed was only Godzilla and SpaceGodzilla for classic Toho characters. Of course, they don't need to list Kong on that. It didn't have Mothra on that. And the silver lining on this is, similarly back in 2021, this didn't have Mechagodzilla listed on it either. So it is still possible that there are other monsters from the classic films in this. Time will tell. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to seeing all the clickbait bullshit now. Oh my god. But also, we gotta look at Monarch Season 2, and yeah, it's Legendary Godzilla. It looks good, clearly from the King of the Monsters era of the MonsterVerse timeline, which would put it in around 2017, which is, I believe, where Monarch Season 1 ended. So, yeah, not nearly as cool as the SpaceGodzilla news, but hey, we got to see Godzilla again. And then, for the few people that might be into the Ultraman series here, Ultraman Omega doesn't look like it's going to have a movie. However, there is a toy listing, and it's coming out for his 4th Meteor Kaiju and that armor form, which is Gamedon, or Gamadon, or however it is, a mechanical turtle in the same way that Triggeron is like a robotic cat, I guess. But this thing will turn into like a bow gun, and then he also has an armored form with it. We haven't seen the armored form in any show. It doesn't appear to be coming in the actual TV show itself. But it does look pretty cool. I would imagine we'll see it in a possible crossover, possibly in the upcoming clip show. They might have it in like cameos between scenes. But until we get an actual official announcement if we're getting an Omega movie or not, I wouldn't expect to see these in any really big capacity. And lastly, this brings us to the final thing I wanted to talk about here, and that is the final boss kaiju for Ultraman Omega has also been shown off. I've been avoiding a lot of spoilers for the series because, well, it's easy to do for Ultraman. Zamura here is a crazy-ass looking kaiju, and I am all for it. It still has the floppy tongue of that mid-season boss, Chimera guy. I can't remember its damn name. That thing was eating other kaiju and adding their parts to his body, and this appears to be like an even more deadly version of that. So, I really like this fusion monster over, say, Destrudos from Ultraman Z. I don't know, I'm just a sucker for these weird, outlandish, crazy designs like this. So yeah, that's it, folks. SpaceGodzilla's back. Hoorah. And until next time, peace out, and yeah, Minyate.
Godzilla says you should like and subscribe.